Hey boys, how's it going? It's your favorite Lolly here, coming up with the latest Yasuo guide. This is going to be the latest one you can find right now. Build runes, everything's updated, so sit back, relax, and get ready to learn. Alright, so the way we're going to do this is basically same as my other guides, which are quite popular and received a lot of feedback, so we won't change much. The format is going to stay the same. I'm going to try and explain everything simple so everyone can understand, even an Iron 4 player. There's going to be everything you need to know. It's not some advanced strategy or something like that you'll end up learning after 500 games of Yasuo and so on. This is going to be everything that you need to become a good Yasuo player. Now, who is Yasuo? Yasuo is one thick boy that seems to be feeding every time he's picked. If he's in your team, he's going to give out first blood, and so on. You know the story. And most of this is actually true in lower elo. Reason being is that his kit is designed for aggressive play. And I mean it, like, you can only dash using enemy minions. Think about that for a second. Definitely an overwhelming character that's overloaded with abilities, but I guess that's what's making him hard to play in the end. People really trying to force those plays on him just because of his capabilities. The main reason why would someone pick Yasuo is because, let's get this straight, he's cool as F-word, weeby champion, and is hated by everyone. What more can you ask? Has an insane potential, equals unlimited YouTube clips showing off to your friends, and so on. Can be played in the mid lane, top lane, bot lane, and even jungle. What more can you ask? Oh yeah, and let's not mention the fact that just by walking he gets a shield. Anyway, if you want to hop on the Yasuo wagon, in my opinion, he's not that hard as people set him out to be, especially if your goal is not to reach top 100 challenger or something like that. If you're a casual / semi-competitive player, you know, you only want to get to at least diamond, I think you should definitely pick this champion up because he has a lot of potential, and I'm going to show you why. Let's jump straight into his abilities. Just quickly before we get into it, abilities and tips and tricks will be in the same segment because it's easier to understand that way and I won't waste your time. So after I list an ability, I will give some tips and tricks for it. Bam. Alright, so first off we have his passive, the way of the gay. I'm kidding. I have nothing against gay people. One of my best friends is gay. Okay, leave me alone, please. The way of the wanderer, where Yasuo's crit chance is actually doubled. I mean, this passive has like two parts to it. First one is his dumbass shield that you gain from walking. Yeah, you just have to walk. That's the only thing you need to do. And that allows you to trade more effectively. So like when it's up, you want to go in for a trade because nothing can hurt you. Second part of the passive is actually that Yasuo's critical chance is doubled. So that means by getting an upgraded zeal item, like let's say Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge, you'll pretty much gain 100% of crit chance, which is pretty unfair. Talking about his overloaded kit, here is another ability that has, well, two abilities within. Steel Tempest, his Q, which is where he does the sword thrust thingy. Now, it can be used in the combination with your E, which does area damage. But wait, we're not done yet. On the third cast, Yasuo becomes a pinnacle of ranged champions and gains a tornado, which knocks you up if you're hit by it. Keep in mind that your Q also crits, so not just your basic attacks, but your Q as well. So we can see it as like an extra basic attack in a way. It makes farming much easier. That's why Yasuos always get high CS, because even on their tower, they have their basic attacks, they have their E, they have their Q, they have their wind wall to stop the minion damage, and you get the point. Next up, we have Yasuo's W, which is a wind wall, probably one of the most hated abilities in the game. I mean, Riot, why? There's nothing to explain. It's a wall that blocks all incoming projectiles. Yes, you can block the caster minion damage, and no, you cannot block towers with it. Also, an interesting thing about this ability is that it actually gives vision, so you know those stylish plays where you E over the wall to a jungle creep. You can actually use your wind wall as the vision, so you can actually E to the target as shown here in the small clip. It can be used for animation cancelling, WQ. I'd show you right now, but Teamfight Tactics has taken over all the servers, and I cannot create custom games, nor I can create practice tool games. Yay! Now we have the infamous E, and I'll show you some combos you can do to surprise your enemy. But first, a little bit about this ability. It's his mobility part of the kit. Downside of it is that you cannot dash twice to the same target for a certain amount of time. On top of that, you have to position your character in which way you want to go. It's a good gap closer, but make sure not to mindlessly E every minion, because you want some leftovers in case you're getting ganked so you can have some chance at escaping. Because believe it or not, Yasuo actually tends to get camped a lot since the champion has an insane snowball potential, and it's only right to gank him since he's usually going to be overextended due to the nature of his kit. Did I say nature of his kid? And finally, we have his ult, the last breath. Guess what? This ability also has two abilities within. Overloaded? Yes. The first part is the obvious part that everyone seems to know, which is where Yasuo blinks on an airborne target, aka the target that's in the air in case of you did not understand, and does the Vasaki. Thing with this is that you need to have the vision of the target to be able to blink. You cannot just randomly teleport on the map, so as soon as you see your Malphite walking up to them about to ulti, make sure to spam the living hell out of that key. Hasaki. I'm gonna stop. Second part is, however, after you ult, your critical strikes gain 50% bonus armor pen, which is why he's also very viable in the top lane, and that's why Yasuo melts tanks after ulting them. So from this, we basically learned that we're dealing with a psychopath that is tanky, has a lot of damage, armor pen, crits, mobility, shields, and warding trinket within his kit. Also, let's not forget to mention that he has no mana whatsoever. No mana, no energy, no nothing. Just a bonus ability instead of a disability that most of the champions have. Thumbs up in the comments, boys. Now I'm going to show you how to do the classic Yasuo combo, which is called the Beyblade. You probably saw Yasuo/Mo do it a lot on the stream or Arc Data. Doesn't matter, it's what Yasuo mains do as a surprise element to their opponent, especially in the laning phase, and it really does work. Now since the Riot servers are effed up, I'm going to have to use the clip from the internet that I've found so you guys can see what's happening on the screen here. So if you've played a bit of Yasuo and you got a feel for this champion, you'll get this down quickly. In case you didn't, put in some practice and you'll get there. The way you want to do this is as shown here on the screen. E the minion, Q, and as soon as your Q animation goes off, flash to a desired location. This best works if you have a tornado up, so what you want to do is you E, Q, flash, which results in your enemy being knocked up. Simply follow that by ulting them. Bam, actually last breath. Also, there's a small min-maxing trick where you want to simply basic attack an enemy champion right before you ulti them as they're knocked up. But I feel as if these little things are not important, especially for the new players that are going to watch this guide, because most of the people may attempt this and then you do it too late, and then you fail your ult, and then it costs you the game, and then you come here and rage at me and then me feel bad. So do not pay attention to these little things if you're just starting up. Best tip for playing Yasuo would be to play safe in the lane. You're a late game carry, you're going to pop off no matter what. So what you want to do is prioritize CS, make sure to get bigger than your enemy XP wise, gold wise, and then use that as a surprise element, if you get what I mean. Now let's get into the build and the runes. First off, you'd want to start with Doran's Blade. However, if you're in a bad matchup, let's say you're against someone like Renekton, you'd want to go for Doran's Shield for more tankiness and sustain. The most reliable option afterwards is to complete your boots as your first item. It will give us more attack speed and a lot more mobility, which is great for survival in both cases. Afterwards, our second item is going to be one of the Zeal items, either Static Shiv or Phantom Dancer. They're both situational, so you buy them in different scenarios. Static Shiv is good for split pushing, it helps with roaming since it becomes so much easier to push in the minion waves. It is good for burst damage and it gives us 10% more attack speed than the Phantom Dancer. So that kinda opens the ability of buying defensive boots like Ninja Tabis, Merc Treads, and so on. However, Phantom Dancer is much better for survival since you get movement speed and a little shield against burst damage. It's a great item for outplaying and survival in general. Next up, we have Infinity Edge. Now, if you've been listening to the ability part, which you should because there's probably something you didn't know, you'll understand that we build Infinity Edge because first of all, a lot of damage. Second, it synergizes so well with our kit and our Zeal item, which is one of the main reasons why we're building it. Next up, as our two options, we see Bloodthirster and Styrax Gauge. You want to go for Styrax if you're the one engaging, making an all-in play, or you simply need to be tanky. And Bloodthirster if you're in need for some damage, damage, lifesteal, simply said if you're thirsty for some blood. Afterwards, we see Guardian's Angel coming in and so on. I guess I do not have to explain this part. Basically, same items rotate around, but yeah, Guardian's Angel is a new addition, which is good against AD team comps and good overall because it gives you a second chance, some AD and so on. You get the point. Also, these are the runes you want to copy. There's not much to it. You want to go for Conquer. That's the safest thing you can take. Also, you can go for Fleet Footwork. That's what people do right now for more sustain, more survivability. But as I said, the safest default cookie cutter thing is Conqueror. Anyways, that was it for today. That was the Yasuo guide. I made one a year ago, and I can say that this one is much better in the terms of quality. I've definitely improved. Anyway, besides that, subscribe to my channel. As you guys can see, I'm not only making Fortnite vids, so feel free to subscribe. I'm gonna make a lot of League vids, including the new chess mode thing. I have no clue how to play that, but I'll play it like a lot so I could help you guys out on things here and there. I guess you can give out tips on that or something. I don't know, I'll see, but I'll play a lot of it. I'll make videos on that. I'll make more guides on League, the new champion that just came out. I'm gonna make a guide for her in like 3 days, I believe. So stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe. Follow me, please, 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 because I want you to improve. No, I'm kidding. I want more subscribers. But hey, there is a nice, healthy exchange, law of exchange going on here. Okay, so do not blame me. That was it for today. Peace out, and I love you, dude. I love you.